Back in March of 2019, I managed to break the 2,500 subscriber threshold. To celebrate that, I thought it'd be a good idea to have a group build with the theme of milestones. Join me in this video as I take a look at the amazing builds which were submitted as part of that group build. Hi, I'm Matt and you're watching Model Minutes. So today's video is a quick look at all the fantastic submissions which were sent in as part of the group build. And yes, I know what you're thinking. It's been a while. We're nearly a whole year later. Apologies for getting back to you so late with this one, but 2019 was a very chaotic year for me. And frankly, I just totally forgot. I'm going to be honest, I completely forgot that this was a thing. But I've come back to it. I've just hit 5,000, so it was a good idea to go through and see what everyone had done. But as of the day that I recorded this video, I have closed the group, so you'll no longer be able to access it. So let's start from the beginning, back in March. And I apologise if I say anyone's name wrong. The first build we had was from Chandler, and he built a Tornado in 1/72, the GR1, and it's from Revell. And it represents the milestone in that the RAF are no longer flying their Tornadoes. They were actually disbanded in 2019. So let's take a quick look at this one. And as you can see, this is an absolutely fantastic build. Very nice and clean. You can see he's done some weathering here on the tail. But the colours are very neatly edged. He's done a great job of this one. I particularly like the exhausts here. They look fantastic. And his photography is really well done as well. And here it is side by side with another Tornado in a very different colour scheme. So thanks Chandler. Let's move on to the next one. Up next we've got John T, who has sent in his Airfix 1/72 Avro Lancaster B3. So let's take a look at this. And again, this is a fantastic looking build. I'm yet to feature a 4-engined bomber on my channel, so hopefully 2020 might be the year that happens. Most of you will know that I built a 2-engined bomber last year for Christmas, but I'm yet to try anything as big as this. Jonty's done a fantastic job of this one as well. I love the exhaust stains that he's managed to put onto here, and the paintwork seems to be really neat and tidy as well. And the canopy has been picked out quite neatly, which is always, I find, quite difficult to do. So thanks so much, Jonty, for that. Let's move on to the next one. We've got Adrian, and he's part of the way through the Revell P47, and it looks like he's making really good progress on that one. Moving on up, we have got Jonty again. He has sent in a Airfix 1/72 Hawker Hurricane Mk1. He says it's a milestone because it was the first RAF monoplane aircraft. Well, I think you'll find it was the first RAF monoplane fighter, taking over from the Gloster Gladiator, the Hawker Hart, was it? Hawker Hind? Hawker Demon? Anyway, the Blenheim, the Avro was the first monoplane aircraft. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. I know that you will. But let's take a look at his Hurricane, and it is fantastic. He's done a really good job with this. I'm yet to get an airbrush, but that's probably one of the next steps in my modelling journey. What I like about this one is, again, the colours are very neatly separated. There's a very fine distinction between the different colours, and they've all been very carefully applied. I do like the display base that he's used as well. I think that's very effective in setting the scene. So thanks, Jonty, for sending that one through. Up next, we've got Mattei, and he has given us a Italieri 1/72 DUKW, and he's finished it. It's his first amphibious vehicle, and that's why it's a milestone. And Mattei does do really good builds of armoured vehicles, and this is no exception. I love that he's put these little details in the back here, the oil drums. And there's some really nice subtle weathering going on there. So thanks to you, Mattei, for sending that in. It looks absolutely great. So moving on, there's a little bit of self-promotion there from me back when I released my Hobby Boss F2A Buffalo, which actually was a really good build. Moving up here, we've got Steve, and he's sent in his 50th anniversary Chevy Camaro, and it's from AMT. And I don't think I've ever actually built a car. It's probably something I should do. I don't have any in my stash. Maybe 2020 will be the year I build my first car as well. But here, he's done a great job. I love the finish on this sort of gloss metallic black. And the wheels, I imagine the wheels to be quite a difficult thing to do, especially with these brake discs in there, and he's even got the calipers there. I imagine that to be very difficult to do in scale model cars, so he's done a great job of those. You can see inside there, fantastic representation of the interior. And is the wheel posable? It looks like that you can turn the wheel there because it seems to be at more of an angle there, so he's got a little bit of sort of operation in the kit as well, which is great. Thank you so much, Steve, for sending this in. It looks absolutely fantastic. Right, moving on. So October here, I said I'm going to close the group, but I totally forgot to do it at that point as well. And Chandler, we've got another one from Chandler. He's got the Hobby Boss ME-262 Night Fighter in 1/48 scale, as it was the first operational jet fighter of World War II. Or the first successful, he says there. And again, another fantastic looking kit. You can see that he's opened up the cowling here so that they can access and rearm the cannons in the nose. The mottled camouflage effect is great. The decals have been really well applied, and the canopy is really good too. A nice little bit of subtle weathering here around the engines. And the photography is really good as well on this black background. But I guess you've got to use a black background when you're taking pictures of something that's light, because otherwise it would all just blend together. And here you can see inside the engine bays. That's really good. I like that. It's good stuff. Thank you, Chandler, for sending that one in. John T has sent something in here, but unfortunately we can't see it. And the final submission was from Emil, and he sent in this M8. It's the Tamiya 135 M8 Greyhound armoured car, and he thought it would share because it was a tricky kit with lots of parts for its size, and it has a full interior. The M8 featured a 37mm M6 anti-tank cannon, but unfortunately by the time it was actually introduced it was found to be a sort of inadequate for the job that it was supposed to do, and they put it in a reconnaissance sort of task. So let's take a quick look at these. And you can see he's done some great weathering here, and there's little details here, these pouches on the side. I presume they might be ammo pouches for the 50 cal, or it looks like a 50 cal, but I might be wrong. It could be a 30 cal machine gun on the top. Decals are well applied here. See these little details like the towing eye at the back. And you can start to see some of the interior there. The aerials are done here. Sometimes people leave off the aerials because they're quite fiddly. I know I have done in the past. But at the end of the day, modelling is about enjoyment, isn't it? And what you get out of it. And here's the interior, and that looks absolutely fantastic. That looks so good. See all those little details in there. He's managed to pick it all out in the right colour paint. So well done to you. And that's it. So thank you so much, Emil, for sending that in. And thank you to everyone who participated in the 2.5k milestone group. Like I said, I've just passed the 5k milestone now. So apologies for being so late in getting this one out. But it was really nice to see what you all had. And I look forward to seeing what all of you have in the future. Don't forget you can always send me stuff through Discord or through email for subscriber showcase submissions. Find out how to do that in any of my subscriber showcase videos. And before I sign off, I would just like to say honourable mention goes to my patrons, who without their support I would not be able to keep producing videos and content for the channel. If you'd like to find out what becoming a patron means and all of the perks that you get, and I've recently just introduced a new perk on Discord, which gives you a exclusive role and chat with me that you wouldn't necessarily get on the normal Discord server, make sure you check out the links underneath this video. All that's left to say is thanks for watching, and I'll see you all on the workbench again next time.